As we're currently using sponsored products on Amazon, I can use AMS to see how our campaigns and keywords are performing and directly manage my campaigns. Before being able to view and edit campaigns, I need to make sure I have an active sponsored products campaign running on my AMS account in the country I want to look at. First, I want to create a manual campaign for one of my baby products. I'll set the daily budget to $50 a day and have it start next Monday, and I want it to end the Friday after. I'll give it a name. I'll select the products. If I want to set the target ACoS, I can, but I don't need it right now. I'll set a default bid for all the keywords in this ad group. Keywords are automatically suggested based on the products, but I can also enter additional keywords that I want to use. I can change the match type to broad, phrase, or exact, and I can also change the bid for individual keywords. Great, I've just created a campaign. Now let's look at my campaigns in more detail. To get started, I'm going to choose the UK marketplace and set the time period to 30 days. Here I can see the most important KPIs during that time period. To quickly compare the KPIs most important to me, I can use the trend graph and set the criteria I want. I can also see an overview of all our campaigns, their respective KPIs, and also the number of orders received related to that campaign. I can also adjust the daily budget for each campaign. If I want to easily stop a campaign, I can pause or archive it and activate it again by selecting Enable. This yellow wand means the campaign is automatic. The green man means it's manual, and the blue lightning strike means I have applied a rule, but we'll get to that later. For now, I want to stop all my active campaigns that have not generated any orders. All I need to do is create a filter for 0 orders, select these campaigns, and pause them. I now want to take a closer look at our keyword performance, specifically for our most successful campaign. To find this campaign, I'll sort by sales and select the first campaign. In this campaign, there are 2 ad groups. I'll take a look at the first. Now I can see all the keywords in this ad group, together with their KPIs and a history of bid changes over the past 60 days. I can also directly change my keyword bid here. I want to make this campaign even more successful, so I'll remove all keywords that are underperforming. I can do this by filtering the keywords that have had more than 500 impressions but no orders. I'm going to select all the keywords and add them to a negative list, which means anytime anyone searches for these keywords on Amazon, my ads won't appear. I can now decide if I want to add them to negative for just this campaign or blacklist them for all campaigns. Now that I've removed low-performing keywords, I want to add new keywords to this campaign. To do this, I can do one of the following: keyword research, manually add keywords from my own keyword list, or another option that has worked for me is adding the best performing search terms from an automatic campaign to my keywords. First, I'll choose one of my automatic campaigns, select an ad group, then click through to get into search terms. Now I want to find search terms that have been performing well, so in this case, I'll sort by the number of impressions. I'll select the top 3, add them to my keywords, and select the ad group I want to add them to. To automate this entire campaign management process and save a lot of time, I can also set up rules to trigger automatic changes to my campaigns. I'll add a new rule set, in this case for manual campaigns, and I'll give it a name. My goal is to set all keywords to negative that haven't generated any orders after at least 50 clicks. I also need to set the sales attribution to increase accuracy, in this case to 7 days, so that it will ignore all data from the past week. To activate the rule, I'll select the play button. And to make sure it starts running, I'll select the ad groups for which this rule set should run. Now Vendor Edition will monitor and make changes to my campaign based on all of this criteria. Another way to automate my campaigns to run more efficiently is to set a rule based on a target ACOS. To do that, I can upload my target ACOS using the template provided. Then I can create a new rule set. For example, to pause a keyword if my ACOS is too high. With all these changes to my campaigns and keywords, I want to learn more about how they affected the performance of my sponsored products. And this is where Analyze comes in. I want to have a closer look at information from the last 6 weeks and for the campaign that had the most changes. Now let's have a closer look at the development of sales versus the overall cost by week. Here, I can see the changes that were made and the corresponding effect on the campaign. For example, 11 bids were increased and 2 decreased, leading to a decline in sales and an increase in costs. But, as I can see, this negative trend was reversed by a later change to my bids. The change log lists all the changes in more detail, including whether or not it was an automatic or manual change. All of this information is really helpful for managing my ad campaigns for Happy-Go-Lucky. I just need to bear in mind that I need to manage my campaigns directly in Vendor Edition in order to be able to see all the data about the changes that were made.